right, I have a story for you that I hope will elicit the gay gasp. I hope you're impressed by this, but guess who I spent my birthday with? Cher, motherfuckers. Cher! I'm gonna try to get through this. All right, look, you have to understand, being a gay man, naturally, this has been a dream for me my whole life. All right, so what happened was I won her in a bet. I don't know if anyone saw this on the D-list last season, but my friend, Steve Wozniak, goes to this thing called the TED Conference. It's like a conference for geniuses, right? So Rosie O'Donnell really wanted to go to the TED Conference, and she said, do you think Woz would take me? And I said, yeah, I'll give you Woz, but what are you gonna give me? And she said, I can get you a meet and greet with Cher. I said, sold. All right, so sure enough, we go to Vegas to see the Cher show in Vegas, which is fabulous, of course. And I should tell you about my wild Vegas girls weekend, because I think this is pretty cool. So I go to Vegas, and it's myself, Rosie O'Donnell, who's hysterical. By the way, every time she talks to me, whether we're in person or not, she starts with this: Griffin, it's O'Donnell. Which in person is like weird. On the phone, it makes sense. Griffin, it's O'Donnell. I know, I see you. All right, so we went to the show, and the show was fantastic, but I have to admit, I was kind of nervous because I was thinking, you know, I'm gonna meet her afterwards, and I was sort of calming myself down. I was thinking, okay, Kathy, try not to queen out, just try to relax, choose your words carefully for once, just calm the fuck down. All right, so sure enough, the show ends, and then we go downstairs, and I'm getting nervous, and Rosie's like, Griffin, relax. I was like, is it O'Donnell? It's O'Donnell. Okay, so we're waiting, and then Cher comes in, and I know that this is a little bit niche, but gays, she was in the Just Like Jesse James look with the blonde wig, I know, and the jeans and the Navajo belt and the boots sparkle. So, okay, sorry. Calm down, girl, calm down. All right, so she walks in, and oh, by the way, I should warn you, I actually am the only comedian in the world who cannot do a Cher impression. So my impression is terrible, but the story's great. But I'm just warning you right now, I'm working on it. All right, so she walks in, and I'm all excited, and she looks fantastic. And I said, hi, it's so great to meet you. I'm Kathy Griffin. And then she says, I know a lot more about you than you think I do, Kathy Griffin. I know, it's bad, right? I know. Sorry. So I was excited to even hear her say my name, you know, so I said, well, it's so great to meet you, and she mentioned watching the D-list. And I said, oh, come on, I don't believe you. You've watched the D-list? And she said, yes, and I said, prove it. And then Cher says to me, one time you had on Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, and you tried to trade your Emmy to see if the dogs would go on the treadmill, and they did. So, okay, see, then the floodgates came open, and it was so awful. I just queened out on her so hard. I was just like, oh, thank you so much. I thought your show was excellent, and I thought the montages were very good, and I really enjoyed your costumes, because you knew that Mackie was a visionary when no one else did, and I enjoyed the live version of Bang Bang. I mean, I like the studio version of Bang Bang as well, but the live version is so dramatic. It was, yeah, it was. So the next day, I'm back in LA, and Tom comes over, and he's like, Rosie's on the phone. So I walked out of a pile of lashes on the floor, and then I go, hey, and she goes, Griffin, it's O'Donnell. I know. So she goes, Griffin, you're not gonna believe this, but I just got a call from Cher, and she wants your phone number, she wants to call you. I know, and I'm nervous. I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I say? Because whenever a celebrity wants to contact me, it never goes my way. It's not, you know, I'm like, what am I, fired? Fired from life? What am I fired from, you know? And so then she goes, no, I talked to her, and she says she thinks you're a cool, smart chick, and she like wants to hang out, so I'm gonna give you your number if that's all right. And I was like, of course, give her my number, that's so exciting. So then Rosie goes, no, Griffin, look, you can never forget, it's fucking Cher, okay? It's fucking Cher. And I said, I get it. I said, how do you ever forget it's Cher? I said, nobody I have lunch with is gonna have like a sparkly silver wig on. Believe me, I'm not gonna forget it's fucking Cher. So I said, really? She wants to call me? That's really exciting. So then, sure enough, a couple of days later, Cher texts me. Now, let me tell you the best part. When she calls, it doesn't come up private caller. It doesn't come up unknown. It doesn't even come up numbers. It literally comes up Cher. I know. And so it's like, bloop, bloop, Cher, diarrhea. I mean, it's exciting. Every time she calls, it just goes, Cher. All right, so finally, after we had been texting a couple of months, I texted her and I said, are we ever going to do anything in person? I feel like you're my Match.com boyfriend. And then she writes back, you crazy bitch, you're just trying to get in my house. Just true. Who wouldn't? So I texted her and I said, hey, my birthday is on Tuesday and I would love it so much if I could spend it with you. Can I come over and hang out? I'll bring a cake and I'm really nervous about turning the big 3-0. So she writes back, you crazy bitch, your age hasn't had a 3 in front of it for a lot of fucking years. So... And then she writes, what kind of cake? So I knew I was in. And I said, marble cake with chocolate chip frosting on the inside and buttercream on the outside. All right, so then I go, where do you live? So, all right, she sends me her address. And I'm actually going to tell you Cher's address. And you'll see why it is not a breach of security in any way. This is how A-list she is. She writes, go to Malibu, turn left, turn right at my house. Yeah. Her address is just Cher, California. Like, it's like writing a letter to Santa. Santa, North Pole. Cher, United States. So sure enough, it's, you know, my birthday, and I'm going to Cher's, and I'm so excited, and I get my birthday cake. But then I'm thinking, is it kind of tacky to bring my whole birthday cake to Cher's? That's kind of weird, and, you know. So I just made a call, and so I decided to cut off like a big hunk of it and put it on a plate with some foil on top. I know, it was, okay, I didn't think, all right, I just thought it'd be weird to bring Cher a cake. I mean, she wears an outfit, she doesn't need fucking cake. All right, so sure enough, it's my birthday, and I'm driving to Malibu with one hand on the steering wheel and one hand carrying this piece of foil-wrapped cake like I just left a picnic. It was weird, I know, but I kept looking at it, and as I looked at it, it seemed to get smaller and smaller, and it seemed like a bad idea, but I just went with it. So, sure enough, I drive up to her palace, and you should know, by the way, that there's an armed guard and a guard gate. Yeah, so I could just get killed at Cher's and finally be the lead story on Entertainment Tonight. Here's hoping. So I get in, and the assistant comes out to meet me, and I've got my stupid piece of foil-wrapped cake. And she goes, what's that? And I was like, it's my birthday, and it's cake. It's like a part of it's like a piece of, it's a big piece of, and she goes, all right, so she just takes it. So I walk in, and the place is so big that I start going, hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me? And then the assistant goes, oh, you can stop doing that bit. Her room is so far away, she won't even hear you. And I was like, easy, Chris Brown. All right, so sure enough, we're walking through Cher's palace, and then walk past the Oscars and the Golden Globes and all that stuff. Then we go to her room. All right, so I'm in Cher's bedroom. And by the way, you could hear a gay pin drop right now. I love it. I love it. I know, it's awesome. So I walk in her bedroom, and it's the size of a football field. I mean, I think they have Monday Night Football there on off nights. It's gigantic. So I walk in, and once again, I'm going, hello? Hello? Send a chopper for the hikers. We're lost. All right. So then Cher walks out. Shut up, you crazy bitch. And there she is in all her Cher-ness. She looks fantastic, no makeup. She's in like a zippy and like a warm-up suit. And by the way, a little fun fact, did you know that Cher's real hair is long, thick, straight black hair? Her real hair is Cher hair. I never knew that. I didn't know her actual hair is just Cher hair. I'm telling you, you put a headdress on her and a white horse, and she's good to go for half-breed. Boom, ready. That's her real hair, down here. Okay. So she walks in, and honestly, it was a dream birthday, and we sat on her couch, and we just shot the breeze for like 5 hours, and it was fun, and she was lovely, and so at the end of it, I said, okay, I gotta get out of your hair, your Cher hair, but I was like, okay, I gotta leave. And so then she says, hold on a second, I got a little birthday presentation for you. So she goes out, and she comes back with this really awesome gift basket that she's made up for me, and she's kind of spiritual, so it's got all of her like favorite lotions and potions and scented candles and all that shit, and all I'm thinking is, oh my God, it's a gift bag from Cher. And so I say to her, as a joke, I go, this kind of looks like a regift from an Oscar gift suite. So I know. So she goes, what the fuck is a regift? I'm Cher.